People are always so quick to point the finger and judge, oh, they did this, they did this, they did this. And realistically, you need to hold a mirror, look at it and see what did you do. Because what you don't understand, your choices affect other people's mental health. You're thinking, what? Like my choice? What if I get a meal deal that affects someone else's health? It could do. What you do during getting the meal deal could affect someone else's mental health. You may go to a till, someone may be on the till, they may not be in the best of mood, and the reason they're not in the best of mood is because mentally they might be really low. So they might be a little bit snappy. So what do? They snap a little bit at you, you snap at them, you both snap at each other, and both of you get into this kind of little rut. You're there pissed off because they've had the audacity to speak to you badly. They're pissed off because you spoke to them badly. And it's kind of one of them things that you always have to look at your part that you play in situations, because people are always so quick to go, oh, that person was rude to me. But you always have to look back to why the person was rude to you. Yes, it may be one of them things, they're having a bad day. They're rude to you because of that. At the same time though, take a deep breath in and release it. Just let it out. If someone's rude to you, do you really want to bring yourself down and get into this massive argument? Because all that happens is when you get into an argument is then you'll be in a bad mood for the rest of the day. If people are ever rude to me in work, I give them 1 to 2 chances. It depends who it is. And obviously there's different things about age and everything. But if someone's being rude to me, I usually try to think, okay, that person, you have to think about that person. That person, you don't know what that person's going through in life. That person could have just had someone die. That person, like, perfect example, there was 2 gay guys that used to come in. And I used to have a really good laugh with them, really nice guys. But one day they came in and I heard them speaking to someone like a piece of shit. And I thought that's so unlike them, because I serve them all the time. So I thought that's really odd for them to be speaking so rudely. I found out that one of the guy's mums had died. And that's why he was in a horrible mood, obviously, because you would be if your mum passed away. You're not going to be wanting to speak to people. And he was so rude to the girl, like really rude. But obviously you can understand. However, the girl came to me afterwards and said, oh, that guy, he's such a rude prick, blah, 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 blah. Like, and I said to her, listen, you don't know what people are going through. And she said, oh, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. I said, listen, his mum passed away yesterday. And her face went, oh my God. Oh, I understand. And then she was all like, oh, I understand why he's like that. But that's the thing. People will never think maybe they're going through something. Maybe. That's what you got to think. When you're dealing with someone, you don't know what the fuck they're going through. You don't know what's going on up here, because you can see people who are big and brawly and aggressive and you think, wow, like that person, I don't like that person, but you have no clue what's going on, A, up here, and B, at home. There's 2 places you never know what's going on. It's at someone's house and in someone's brain. You never know what's going on there because you don't live with them and you can't live in someone's mind. Maybe if you live with the person, you know what's going on in the house. Bar that, you'll never know what's going on in someone's mind because you can't be them. Like, I could be here like this, smiling, and my anxiety could be through the roof. You wouldn't know it's through the roof because you don't know my coping mechanism. You don't know what I do, so people don't know that I'm going through a really anxious state. So I could be there smiling. You could say, oh, he's not anxious at all. Look at the smile on his face. But that's the same thing. When you see a customer and you see the anger on their face, you don't know what... When you take the anger mask off, this is what everyone looks like. Everyone's just normal, but you put a face on. You might have a funny joke, so you're happy. Someone may piss you off, so you get a really angry face. But at the end of the day, you take that face off, it's a normal face underneath. I know it sounds stupid, but everyone has a normal face underneath. And the mood of the day or the mood of what's going on here sets your face to what it is. So just remember, your choices, your comments, your actions affect everyone's mental health. Whatever you say when you go out affects someone's mental health. That's what people do. They don't realize the effects that their comments make on people. Even Instagram, you can choose whether to be a nice person or a cunt. It's simple. You can choose what you choose, your opinions, what you write, what you say. Some people will say stuff, you take offense to it. Some people say stuff, you say, oh, this is amazing. Everyone will have different things. Obviously, there are some situations where everyone will agree together. Okay, that's out of order. But there'll be times where there's split opinion. So that's when you can use your influence. At the end of the day, I don't mean influence like you're an influencer, but you can have an influence, whether you have 1 follower, 1 million followers. An influencer or an influence is when you influence someone, you speak. So I'm right now, one person could watch this 100, 1,000, 1 million. Doesn't matter. I have influenced you by talking to you. I'm trying to influence you to do something. I'm trying to influence you to think about what you say before you say it, or think about how it could affect other people before you make a comment. Posting and not thinking. That's what I mean about you can affect people's mental health. You can post all this stuff and empowering people, but then your next post, if you're depowering people, you need to look and see what your own content is, because you shouldn't be shaming someone because of their race, their color, their age, their height, anything. You should be putting out advice to help everyone. It should be don't body shame or fat shame anyone. Yeah, next time you're on Instagram, next time you speak to someone, next time you do anything that someone could hear or someone could see or someone could read, think about how you're affecting someone else, because people don't understand is the lower your mental health gets, the less you care. The lower you feel mentally, that's when suicide happens. When you get to that point when you think, fuck it, who would care if I'm here? And I don't care if I'm here. And that's it. That's the point when you actually seriously start to think about taking your life. So to make sure you don't put people in them situations or push people to the literal edge of wanting to get into that situation, just think about what you say. Just try to be positive. I'm not saying that you will never offend anyone again. You probably will, but just don't do it intentionally. Don't go out and say stuff that you know is going to cause a stir, or say stuff that you know someone may take offense to, just because then people aren't around. It doesn't matter. Like, you can't be fat shaming fat people and then, like, in your spare time with your friends and then coming onto Instagram like, guess what, guys? We're all a family. No fat shaming here. I mean, so anyway, bottom line, just think about what you say and think about how it affects someone there. Think about how you've been affected when someone said something, and it's going to be the same about other people. So peace and love, guys. Think about people's health. Love you guys.